Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. The weather has definitely turned really cold here in the UK. I'm wrapping up warm, so I thought now is a great time to talk about the best winter moisturisers of 2022. I think no matter what your skin type, in those cooler months we all become a little bit more dryness prone, more prone to irritation too. So reaching for a moisturiser that's going to give you a little extra hydration, more moisturising value, and of course tackle any skin concerns that you might have is a wonderful addition to your skincare routine. In today's video, I've got some of my favourite winter moisturisers of 2022, and I've got something for everyone. No matter what your skin type, your budget, or your skin concerns, one of these will slot beautifully into your skincare routine. So sit back, relax, let's talk the best winter moisturisers. Now before we get into this video, just a quick reminder to do all that YouTubey stuff if you haven't already. If you could reach down and give this video a big thumbs up and a like. That's honestly the best way of supporting me as a content creator, and I'm always so grateful to each and every one of you that just takes that small moment out of your day to like the content that I create here on the channel. Around 60% of the people watching this video currently won't be subscribed to the channel. I'm here to say, if that's you, why not? Because for us, you're way more than just a subscriber number. By joining our wonderful community, you'll get daily uploads. I respond to as many comments as possible, and we have our wonderful weekly live streams, which are always the highlight of my weekend. I think I speak for everyone in the Mad About Skin family when I say we would love to welcome you with open arms to our community, and all you need to join is just to click that subscribe button. Now, with all that out of the way, shall we cut that waffle and just delve straight on in? Now, before we delve into the best winter moisturisers of 2022, I want to give you a couple of hints, tips and hacks for just dealing more generally with winter skin. First up, focus in on your cleanser. So your cleansing step is going to be the most stripping and drying of all of your skincare routine. And so, in those cooler months where our skin needs a little extra hydration, maybe the cleanse that we reached for in summer just isn't cutting it anymore. I'm someone that's super oily and acne prone, so in summer I definitely value a gel cleanser to remove some of that excess oil. But in winter, when my skin becomes more dehydrated, more dryness prone, I mix things up to something more creamy, and that's definitely something I'd recommend you guys doing too. Set your routine up for success by giving it everything it needs at the start so that your moisturiser of choice has to do less heavy lifting at the end. The one that I'm currently using is this, the Mad About Skin Gentle Jelly Cleanser, which I always use in those cooler months because it's more hydrating, it's richer, it's less likely to strip and dry the skin, but it does still deliver a really effective cleanse. If you've got a dry skin type, you could use this all year round. For us oily folk out there, you might want to stick with your gel cleanser in the summer, but move to something richer like this in the winter. Second tip is don't neglect your facial oils. Now, a facial oil is a wonderful addition to a winter skin routine. You can put a couple of drops into any of the moisturisers mentioned today to kind of just dial it up a notch. Or, if like me, you can choose another step in your skincare routine to add that oil component. I'm currently reaching for this, which is the Ordinary Ascorbyl Tetroisopalmitate Solution 20%. This is a vitamin C derivative in an oil base. So by using this in winter, I get my vitamin C hit, I get my oil hit for some extra nourishment in the skin, and all around I think this can be a really cost-effective switch to make to just dial up the amount of hydration in the skin. I covered all the reasons why I think this is fabulous for that winter skin routine in a separate video, which I'll link up there. And as with all the products I'm going to mention today, they're all linked in the description box below, just for your convenience in case you want to check them out, make a purchase, or read the reviews and ingredients. Now, let's delve into the best winter moisturisers list proper. And I want to kick things off with one of the most affordable recommendations I'm going to be making today. This is the Boots Fragrance-Free Moisturising Cream. So when we're talking about winter moisturisers, some of the key ingredients to look out for are urea, ceramides, you want some oils in there. If you can see, paraffin is a really great skin softener and occlusive. Vitamin E is a wonderful addition. There's lots of ingredients that are going to add some additional hydration or occlusivity to your skincare routine, which will all just prevent transepidermal water loss and lock in that hydration for longer. This, for £1.79, kind of ticks a whole lot of boxes. You've got some great oils in here. You've got some vitamin E, which is going to deeply nourish the skin, as well as being a powerful antioxidant. And it's fragrance-free. So if your skin becomes a little bit more sensitive in winter and you want to avoid a lot of fragrance in your routine, this can be a really great option. It's cruelty-free. It just ticks so many boxes for the price point. Whilst I'd say this is on like the mid-range when we talk about occlusivity, I've got some thicker moisturisers coming up later. This I think will just work work for everybody. Unfortunately, it is only available in physical Boots stores, so if you're in the UK, Ireland, Thailand, Australia, places where you can get Boots ingredients and products, then I would definitely check this one out. It's really nice, it's really soothing, and if you see how that goes on the skin, it's not dewy, it's not thick or greasy, it just leaves you with a really nice finish to the skin, and this works beautifully under makeup. So definitely like a winter moisturiser hero. If you're looking to do good quality moisturisation on a budget, it really just stops here. I'd reach for this one. Now, not everybody's going to be able to get their hands on that Boots product if you don't have access to a physical Boots store, but don't worry, because the next one is available internationally, and it's this, the Embryolisse Le Creme Concentrate. Now, this has been a viral hit for years. We see people singing its praises both as a primer and also a heavy-duty moisturiser. Now, I don't reach for this in my own skincare routine because it's just that little bit thick and occlusive for my oily skin type. However, if you need that dial-up of hydration even further beyond what you're going to get from that Boots product, this could be a really good option. It's a little bit more on the pricey side, but I find a little goes such a long way with this one, because if you just work it in, warm it up into the skin and spread it across the face, you get a really effective result with not too much product. In terms of how it applies, you'll see just how thick this actually is, but again, that can be beneficial if you've got a particularly dry skin type. This one is fragranced, which it's a bit old-fashioned for my taste, if I'm honest, and I do find that the fragrance lingers a whole long time, but they now do a fragrance-free version. So my top tip would be, if you're thinking of getting this one, order the fragrance-free one, because it's pretty neutral in terms of its scent, and this will appeal to some, but I think it will also turn a whole suite of people off. So just play it safe and go with the fragrance-free version. But this is packed full of that paraffin, which I said was fantastic. We've got some beeswax in here, which again will help to calm and soothe the skin, but also provide an occlusive barrier. You've got shea butter, and you've also got some calming and soothing ingredients like aloe. It's a really nice formulation that, again, doesn't appear too greasy on the skin. It's more dewy than that Boots one, but some people really like that, and it can give you that glow up in those cooler, darker winter months. Now, I mentioned urea early on in the video as like one of those star ingredients to look out for in a winter moisturiser. That's because urea has multiple different functions. It's a humectant, so it draws in and retains moisture in itself. Great if you're suffering with a little winter dehydration. But it's also a protein softener, which means if your skin becomes that little bit rough textured during the winter months, urea can smooth everything out, and it works relatively quickly. Now, focusing on the concentration of the urea in your formulation, a 10% concentration will also add some exfoliating benefits, which some people might like, but others might think it's just a little bit too much on top of any exfoliators you're already using. If you go for a 5% concentration, you'll get the skin softening benefits and the humectant qualities, but it won't be exfoliating. So bear that in mind and reach for a product that meets your individual needs. A lot of people are praising the Embryolisse 10% urea treatment at the moment. It's ridiculously overpriced for what it is, and honestly I think there's better formulations out there, and these two I'm going to recommend. This is the Ultris Dermatologist Dry Skin Repair Cream. 10% urea, so it softens, exfoliates and hydrates at the same time, and this whole tube, which I don't even know how much is it, 200ml of product, comes in at £10. So affordable. You can be lavish with this in the winter months. Use it on the neck, you can use it on the arms, the body, all over where you just want to smooth out the surface of the skin. This I absolutely love and would recommend time and time again. It's very difficult to find a 5% concentration of urea for people that want the skin softening, the humectant qualities, but without the exfoliation. But I created my own, which is the Mad About Skin Maximum Impact Moisturizer, which is the one I'm currently using as like my go-to urea fix. So this comes in at £10 for 100ml, and you get a 5% concentration of that urea alongside some ceramides, which are another key ingredient. You've got some allantoin and panthenol to calm and soothe the skin. So this is going to be wonderful as a fragrance-free option if you have a particularly sensitive skin type, and you're also looking to pack your routine full of urea and ceramides. Now let's keep things going with ceramides, and I want to introduce you to this brand, the Face Facts Ceramide line. Now this is actually their eye cream, but I'm really talking about their body and face lotion. So this is a 250ml product that retails for £2.99. You can get it in the UK and Europe. It's ridiculously inexpensive for a really high quality ceramide packed formulation. The eye cream's also amazing at like £2, so I would buy the eye cream, I would buy the face lotion. I'd use it really liberally throughout winter, and honestly your skin will love it. This is the best way to do ceramides on a budget, and I think again just proves with this brand that you don't need to break the bank to get really effective skincare. I've linked this in the comments section below if you want to check it out on their website. Now I don't think you can get this brand in the US, but don't worry, because Revolution Skincare actually do a CeraVe, like ceramide packed dupe that's half the price of CeraVe, and actually I think has an enhanced formulation. So their ceramide infused lotion, which I'm leaving an image of here, is a wonderful addition to a winter skincare routine. Really affordable, cruelty-free, has some wonderful, wonderful ingredients in here, and I think she's streets ahead of CeraVe in terms of formulation and, of course, price point. Again, I've linked to that in the description box for the US viewers out there, because you can definitely get your hands on the Revolution Skincare one. This one might be a little bit trickier, but either one of these is a wonderful way of getting some ceramide action in your skincare routine without breaking the bank. Now, I've got 3 other recommendations. You know, I think this is the year I've discovered that even with an oily skin type, I can benefit from a more rich moisturizer. You just have to pick the right ones, which is why I'm so excited to share all these recommendations with you. So, in no particular order, let's start with this, the Dr. Sam Flawless Moisturizer. So, this, I'd say, is a nice halfway house. It's not as thick and rich as the Embryolisse one. However, it's not as lightweight as the one that I'm going to come on to in a minute. This is kind of like that perfect balance that's going to suit most skin types, and I think particularly if you've got a combination skin type, this could be your go-to. Again, one of the key ingredients here is shea butter, which is one of my favorites for deeply nourishing the skin. It glides on fragrance-free, as are pretty much all of these products today, which I think is important because alongside an increase in dryness to the skin, we can also experience an increase in irritation over those cooler months. This has a beautiful finish, which again is more on the like natural skin look than too glossy, greasy, or dewy. And I think this will work, like I say, for almost all skin types. This is a phenomenal option. If you're the sort of person that likes your moisturizer in a pump, this is really, really convenient, easy to travel with. And I just think it's a nice all-round moisturizer packed with calming and soothing ingredients alongside that shea butter to deeply nourish the skin. Now, to this point, there might be some oily skinned folk out there that are feeling a little bit excluded. You know, all the products that I've talked about today might even be a little bit too thick and rich for your oily skin. Now, I know the struggles with oily, acne-prone combination skin, something I've gone through for my entire 37 years here on planet Earth. But I mean to say, actually, a lot of those moisturizers could work for oily skin. But if you want to keep it even lighter than all of those, yet still get some meaningful hydration added back into your skincare routine, I'd recommend this product, the Beauty of Joseon Dynasty Cream. This is the most lightweight of the winter moisturizers that I'm recommending today. So again, probably not going to be heavy duty enough for those with a super dry skin type. But if you're oily, if you're acne prone, or maybe you're just combination and want something that feels super light on the skin, this could work really, really well. This is the one that I probably reach for most frequently because it just feels so, so good. And if you're like me and you kind of have the heating on 1 minute and then you're out in the cold the next and your skin feels a bit all over the place, put this in the fridge. It will give you a nice calming and soothing sensation. And if you see how that feels so lightweight on the skin, like I'm barely wearing anything, which I know a lot of people really crave in terms of the finish and the texture to their moisturizers. This I love. It's also super bougie looking. Didn't cost me a whole lot. Again, check the price point wherever in the world you are using the links below. But I think I paid like £11 for this. It looks really fancy, really bougie on the vanity, and does genuinely make me want to reach for it every single morning. Now, finally, I want to share with a product that I've left to last because it commands the highest price point of anything mentioned today, but I think could be wonderful for people that are suffering with dehydration, impaired barrier function, irritation, just all the winter sins all together in their skin. Now, I would recommend this. This is the Allies of Skin Molecular Barrier Recovery Balm. This is the most nourishing and hydrating of all the ones mentioned today. It's also packed full of oat to calm and soothe. You've got some ceramides, you've got some squalane oil in here, you've got some panthenol to deeply nourish the skin. You've also got some amazing, amazing antioxidants and peptides. It's just everything in one product. You could literally, on an evening, cleanse your skin, put this on, go to bed, and you will wake up with like a guaranteed good skin day. The only reason I don't use it every single night is because of that high price point. If it was like half the price, I'd be using it every night for sure. But I think, you know, there are other more affordable options if your budget won't stretch to this. But I definitely think there's a special place in people's skincare routine. If you're suffering with impaired barrier function, irritation, that dryness, you just feel like you can't get on top of your winter skin, this will solve it in like 2 applications. The good thing about this is it's currently buy one, get one free on the website, which again I've linked in the description box below, with an additional code where you can save an extra 5%. I know it's still going to be an expensive option for a lot of people, but I have stocked up while that buy one get one free is on offer, because I think, you know what, this will take me right the way through winter, and I just know my skin is always going to be the better for it in the morning if I've used this before I go to bed. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of my favourite winter moisturisers of 2022. Have I missed out any of your personal favourites? Sound them in the comments section below. I've got a really oily skin type, which I've said throughout this video, so I do really appreciate recommendations for people with a drier skin type of what moisturisers they reach. I always want to give you guys the very best recommendations here on the channel, so any suggestions you have really are appreciated. No matter where you are in the world, whether it's summer or winter, stay safe, stay well, and look after your skin. Take care. Bye!